Hello Internet, so nice to see you. Some time ago I did a video on the Hirajoshi scale, and of course the first question people ask is, and what about the Kumoi scale? The Kumoi scale is another Japanese scale where we have very little information about, apparently, on which one is the right Kumoi scale, but again, it seems that all of them are modes of each other. Now, I don't want to do the whole thing about the names right now, honestly, because I don't really care about the names, but the Kumoi scale and its modes, whatever is the Kumoi, the original Kumoi and whatever are their modes, sounds absolutely great, as this kind of exotic sound of it's more dissonant than the Hirajoshi scale. So without further ado, let's go and see them. Okay, so first of all, what is the difference between the Hirajoshi scale and the Kumoi scale? Well, let's work on a specific mode of Hirajoshi, and let's work in A, okay? One possible mode of Hirajoshi is A, B, C, E, F. Okay? A similar mode of Kumoi as those same notes except for the last one. It would have, a Kumoi will have A, B, C, E, F sharp. Okay? This is already a very good sounding mode. And the interesting thing about all that is there is a triton in it, okay? So that's why it's more dissonant. It's because between the C note and the F sharp note, there is a triton. And these in the scale create an interesting dissonance, which is never overt, it's never in your face, but it's there because your ear reminds the note when you play them, and your ear realizes that some notes are dissonant with each other. Okay, so that would be the first mode of Kumoi, or at least what we're gonna call the first mode of Kumoi. And the thing I like about this mode is that when I stop on the F sharp, it sounds major, but when I stop on the C, it sounds minor again. And so there's lots of color, you can move between major and minor. That would be the first mode. The second mode, it's even more colorful. Once we do all our calculation, it boils down to this. You'll have an A note, which is your root, a B flat, so a minor second, a D, so a fourth, an E, so a fifth, and you have a G, which is the flat 7 of the scale. These, to me, sound, for some reason, sound Persian. Maybe you guys know why, but I will use this scale if I were to write a soundtrack for something Persian or Farsi, or I will use something like that. Okay, and again, maybe completely wrong. Maybe if you are Persian and you're listening to this, maybe you can tell me I've never heard this scale before. It will not be appropriate at all. Okay, I just say to my ear right now, maybe because there was some movie in the past that used this scale, I don't know. It sounds Persian to me. And again, completely wrong, and I don't want to discuss anything if you have more information than me. But in a sense, it does sound very different to a Western scale, and that's the important thing, okay? It has this kind of, again, strange feeling of having different flavors in it that we Western listeners are not used to. And this is a great scale for improvising, okay? Mode number 3, it's even stranger than that. It goes this way. You have the root A, then you have a major third, C sharp, then you have a sharp fourth, which is D sharp, giving this Lydian sound. It's a Lydian note, of course, but if you don't know what Lydian is, it gives kind of a point of light in the scale. Then you have the major 6, F sharp, and then the major 7, G sharp. Okay, all together. interesting thing about this scale is that it has a lot of dissonances in between the notes, but especially it has a sharp fourth and it doesn't have a fifth. Okay, so whenever you play the sharp fourth, you cannot resolve it. You cannot go. You have to leave it there and do something else. But this note, it's always there. You can never play the perfect fifth, the E note, that will resolve the dissonance. So this mode of the scale keeps being tense, keeps having this kind of unresolved, happy-ish, but unresolved feeling all the way throughout. Okay, it's a great scale for this reason. Mode number 4, it's interesting too, and it's what I call an indeterminate mode, because it has no third note. And the notes are these. You have, again, the A root, the B, the second, the D, the fourth, the E, the fifth, and then you have a flat sixth, which gives you this kind of dark feeling to the scale. On this scale, I can't resist. I have to put this kind of phrasing here. It just seems to be the scale exactly for that. Triton. So, this scale is indeterminate, meaning that it has no third. You cannot say if it's a major scale or not. It has a flat sixth, so it tends to be a minor-ish scale, but it's suspended, that's the thing. It has both a second and a fourth, so it's both a suspended second and a suspended fourth scale. As such, it will work great over a suspended second chord or a suspended fourth chord. This scale will work great because it contains exactly the right notes, okay? But it will work great also over a major chord or a minor chord because having no third, it will never conflict with the chord, okay? So that's another great possibility that the Kumoi scale gives us. The fifth mode of the Kumoi is what I call the Kumoi blues, okay? And it's interesting because when you do the calculations, you don't notice this at first. Nothing I played so far sounded blues, right? But this fifth mode will, because the notes of this fifth mode are the root, tension, the flat third, the fourth, the flat fifth, and the flat seven. So A, C, D, E flat, G. I don't think any Japanese traditional song uses the Kumoi in this way. I mean, I cannot be, of course, absolutely completely sure, but I am pretty sure that this is not the way they use it. So I am absolutely misusing a scale. Yay. But that's the way it sounds to my Western ears. Of course, I can completely ignore the fact that it sounds like a blues and it's similar to a blues scale. It's actually a blues scale without the fifth note, without the E, essentially, in A. I can try and play it in a more exotic way. But it still comes out blues to my ear. Because, again, to my Western ears, this flat 5 has to connect to the 4. But it's the Kumoi scale, okay? So it's interesting. Maybe there is some point of contact in between the music, and maybe if you guys think about it, you can reuse some of your blues licks, shifting them around to sounding one of the other Kumoi modes and see how this works for you. But anyway, those are the 5 modes of the Kumoi scale. And if you want to know more about scales and modes and how to learn them on your guitar and see them all around the fretboard, I do recommend my course, Master of the Modes. Master of the Modes, it's not a book, and it will never be a book. It's a complete video course made by guitar players for guitar players that take you from zero to become an expert in using modes and scales. This course is for people who are not afraid to do some exercises. Theory is important, applying theory is more important, so the course is taught through exercises that you have to do, and the more you practice them, the better you become. If you have just a minute, check out Master of the Modes at the link on the top right. If you like these videos, smash on that like button, don't forget to subscribe and click on notification, otherwise YouTube will not let you know when I put up a new video. And if you have any idea, any feedback, any suggestions, please write them down in the comments. I love to read from you. This is Tommaso Zilio of musictheoryforguitar.com, and until next time, enjoy!